What is going on, YouTube? Lamont on the Run, and today we are at the University of Texas Southwestern Hospital campus. This place is rather huge. There are several buildings in the area. So why am I here? Well, I'm here to talk about a weird story that happened to me well over 10 years ago. This is a strange one. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. But, well, anyway, so let's go. So check this out. We're going to go back to, it's like March 2014, somewhere around there. I remember at the time it wasn't very hot, right? So I'm doing one of those medical experiment things where they pay you cash and then you swallow a pill and hopefully you don't die. And I'm late to the appointment. At the time, I'm working a part-time job and I'm doing this for extra money, right? So I used to have this very strange contraption I used to ride around town in. It was a 1987 Honda Elite 250cc scooter with a sidecar, which, by the way, I almost died on. That's a whole nother story. Anyways, so this thing, I would ride around town and the gas gauge one day it stopped working. So I would basically fill the tank up with gas. It would hold 2 gallons of gas and then I would be able to drive or ride about 100 miles and then I would fill up again. So one day this morning, I have an appointment at this medical place around 9 o'clock. I'm already gonna be late. I get to the street right out here on Inwood where I'm supposed to turn on to Harry Hines, and I run out of gas. I said, holy crap. Like, of all the times to run out of gas. So I'm on the street, and just as I'm running out of gas, I pull into this place right here. I pull into this UT Southwestern Hospital campus. And so, like, I start looking for a place to put the scooter. That way, like, security won't bother me or the police won't bother me or whatever. So I find this concrete pad, right? And it was on grass that looked like this, except for this place, I cannot find this exact spot anymore. It's gone, right? I want to say that construction over there is where it was located at, and then they tore it down. But it happened here. So I park on this concrete pad, far away from any buildings, far away from anything. It's not a hazard. It's not bothering anybody. It's not in anybody's way. It's not in any restricted area. So I push my scooter to this thing and I start jogging. And I jog over this way out onto the road and I go to a racetrack gas station. So I go there. I find an empty Gatorade bottle or something in the trash. I put gas in it and I jog all the way back. By now, I've been gone about 20 minutes. So I'm jogging. And then I noticed that as I'm jogging, there's a cop car following me. Very, very slowly. Very, very creepily. I'm jogging. And he's like just following me. And now I'm getting agitated. Now I'm getting annoyed. So I stop and I turn around and this guy, I can only describe him as, okay, well, first of all, he was a University of Texas Southwestern police officer, right? School cop, basically. Imagine if you're watching a National Geographic video about a very old tribe of Inca warriors from Peru, and they're naked and they're doing the whole, war paint thing. They don't like civilization. Well, he looked like somebody took one of those guys, taught him English, and then said, hey, you want to have a job as a cop in Texas? He's like, okay. He just looked very strange, very short, very little Indian looking guy. What a weird haircut. Just weird. And he goes, is that your scooter right there? Now, by the time I had stopped to turn around, my scooter was basically right where that tree is. And I said, yeah. I said, I ran out of gas. And I start walking to the, back to the scooter to start putting gas in it. And he says, do you have any ID on you? Now, here's the thing. I know when to say, no, you can't see my ID, and when to give them my ID. And I'm agitated because, number one, I'm late, guys, and now he's holding me up even more. And now I'm copping an attitude, pun intended, because this guy's, now he's holding me up. So I rolled my eyes, I gave him my ID, and he runs my name. He radios as he gets my ID. He's on his radio. And about a minute and a half later, 2 cop cars come up. 4 more cops get out of the, no, 4 cops come. It's like 3 cop cars. 2 cops in one car. The other cars, one each cop. One of the cops that came up, I swear to God, he weighed at least 400 pounds, probably 5'8", 400 pounds. At the time, he was the fattest cop I've ever seen, until I seen that one guy in Cleburne, which we will be doing a video about that once again. So I see this guy and I said, holy crap, I didn't know that they make him that big. You know, like, if you're a cop, how are you 400 pounds and you're 5'8"? This guy was about maybe late 40s. So now I'm getting agitated because now I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, seriously, what the hell is going on here? So I'm just like, I tell the Inca Warrior cop, I said, what's going on? Like why are we doing this? I'm late for an appointment. And he goes, well, you're trespassing. And I couldn't argue with him that I was trespassing, except that I did tell him, dude, I ran out of gas. I did tell him, he sees me putting gas in my scooter. So now I'm starting to believe that these guys, these knucklehead cops right here, are bored. They're very bored and they don't have nothing to do. Now, normally, in a normal circumstance, if I was roaming around the property, kind of like how I am now, but I was doing it for about an hour and I just kind of looked disheveled and weird, then yeah, I don't have a problem being approached. I mean, oftentimes my appearance is disheveled. However, for that time, I was dressed regularly because I was going into a doctor's office. I'm not going to wear shirts or, stained up shirts, clothes with holes in them and what have you. My hat's going to be normal. So now I'm like standing there and these cops are just like around me. And now I'm kind of just getting pissed now because I just think that these cops, they're bored and they don't have anything better to do. So they held me up for 15 to 20 minutes while they ran my name. I heard the lady on the radio said that, she basically said there's no information in the computer because I've never been arrested in Texas. But in the next week or two, we might be looking to change that. Actually. So he gives me back my ID and he says, he reads me the Miranda rights that I'm no longer allowed on this property. Like, oh, you're trespassed, you're 86, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I'm looking at him and I said, because I'm trying to wrap my brain around what's taking place. I told him, I said, I ran out of gas on the street. Like, where did you want me to put this? Like, look at the street. Like, where would there be a place for me to leave it? Like, would I leave it on the median right there? Should I leave it on the grass right here? I don't know. I left it over yonder right there. See where that construction is? That's where it took place at. And I'm looking at these guys. I'm looking at the really, really fat cop. I said, you guys got to be kidding me. I said, I ran out of gas. You're acting like I'm coming here like with some kind of ill intent. And they're like, well, you're not allowed here anymore. And I said, I never come here anyways. But I did tell him, I said, actually, I didn't tell him anything. I just left because I was in a hurry. So I go to my appointment. And then about a week later, I call these goofballs here. And I said, hey, listen, I had a run-in with some of your employees or your cops, and I told them the story. I said, listen, I work for like a little company that delivers food, and sometimes I deliver food to your campus right here. So, like, am I gonna get arrested if I'm dropping off a delivery? And, you know, he basically said, he said, no, you're fine. And he goes, I don't know what happened because I wasn't there. But he said, just, he said, I mean, basically he told me, don't come back loitering around. And I said, well, no, I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. By the way, does anybody see that building right there in the background? That's a really interesting looking building. I like the design of that. Normally, like, architecture nowadays is really trash. But that building looks kind of cool. All right, guys, just wanted to give you a quick story time on the time that, well, I almost got arrested by a 400-pound UT Southwestern cop. Oh, by the way, I did run into a couple cops as I was doing this vlog. And one of the cops did work here in 2014, but does not remember a cop here. I was like, how do you not remember somebody that was 5'8" and weighed 400 pounds? I mean, how many 400-pound cops do you work with, buddy? But nonetheless, he was friendly. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Catch up with you on the next episode. Peace out.